I've really been looking forward to this, so I really appreciate you asking, and I'm excited to be here today.
Nice. We'll see how that turns out
Yeah.
at the end. What's up, everybody? Bad Gamer popping back in. How you doing? How's it going? How ya mama? How ya daddy? How them kids? How them wives? How them hubbies? How them fur babies? How is it that I got so freaking lucky, so freaking blessed? It's like the stars aligned, and then like they formed a little Simba in the clouds and stuff, and it was awesome because today, this month, you guys, we get to talk to Lauryn KHD. Ah! Y'all don't know. You don't know? I've been looking forward to this. Hi, Lauryn.
Hi. That was really sweet. I got chills. I'm smiling. That was nice. I appreciate it. I love the stars. They're in alignment.
They are in alignment, guys. For those that don't know, and if you don't know, you just haven't been here. I have been really thoroughly enjoying Disney Dreamlight Valley. I talk about it almost every podcast. If you have not been on the stream, it's Bad Gamer Elite, all one word on Twitch. But that's as much promo as I'm doing. But there's been a few people, and the person in particular, Lauryn, who has been very influential in my Dreamlight Valley journey. Lauryn, can you tell everybody about you for just a second? You know, whatever you want to do, whatever you want to.
Oh gosh, whatever I want to talk about. Oh my gosh.
As far as
I
you,
never
like
know.
you have to spotlight you though.
See, and that's so here's something about me is I've never enjoyed being in the spotlight. I never, when it's like, tell us about yourself, it's always like, I don't know what you want to know. But at the same time, I like to consider myself an open book in that, what do you want to know? I'll tell you anything it is that you want to know.
Okay.
Mhm.
When is your birthday?
In January. I just celebrated turning another year. My birthday is January 26th.
January
And we're
26th.
another year in. I'm an Aquarius.
Yeah, let's go Aquariums unite.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah, birthday buddies right around the corner.
Yep, right around the corner.
hmm
So what did you do this year for your birthday?
So what did I do this year for my birthday? Oh gosh, it's like it gets harder and harder to remember, doesn't it? Not a whole lot. Pretty chill. I know last year was the first year I did something a little different. Because again, I've never really been one for the spotlight or having the focus and attention be on me. I very much like to chill in the shadows. That's why I love lurking so much. But usually I don't really make a big deal. I don't really talk about my birthday. I don't really do much of anything for it. But as of last year, I started a new thing for myself in which I celebrate the day before my birthday
Ooh.
as like like a nice little send off for the year that I had and taking some time for me
Oh.
to like not only embrace the day, that my birthday is tomorrow and it's going to be this weird thing of like it's my birthday, but I like don't really care, but I kind of do, like this
Yeah.
weird like imbalance. But taking the day before to like sit with myself, give myself some time to honor myself and the changes that you go through. I mean, like getting old, you're not getting any younger, you know what I mean? It's only up
Yeah.
from here. So just having the time to sit with that and reflect on the past year and the accomplishments and the highs and the lows. It's all a part of what makes you you.
Yeah.
So just sending that year off and really, arms wide open to bring in another year. And then your birthday comes and you're like, all right, we're here. Let's
Yeah. I
let's
love
yeah.
that.
It's
I had
really
never
nice.
thought of that. Your
Yeah.
birthday, you do the day before your birthday to celebrate everything that has led you to where you're going to be tomorrow.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
See, y'all. This is why we need Lauryn. Everybody needs Lauryn in their lives. If y'all don't, have I introduced you to my Disney Dreamlight Savior, Lauryn? Uh, uh,
Yeah.
but no, but I absolutely love that. And you're very thoughtful about what you do on stream. How long have you been streaming?
Mm. Well, let's see. When did I start streaming? It's I think we're in 4 years now. I know people are popping in with a 4 year celebration, but it feels like it's only been a week, honestly. A week, but also like 10 year, like not even 10, like forever. I don't even know. What is time? But it's been about
It's a
four
flat
years. I
circle.
started. It is. It's a flat. That was such a funny conversation with Lady Amelthea. That I could, Lem. I have never said that time is like a flat circle before in my life,
Okay.
but she is convinced that
All right.
that is something that I've
Tell
said.
everybody about that because this happened on your stream today.
It did. Oh my gosh, it's so funny. It's one of those things. And talk about this all. I love. See, my whole thing is I love full circles because it encompasses so a lot. And we're gonna get back to this full circle here of my streaming journey because it all started about 4 years ago, right as COVID was hitting, right at the beginning of COVID. Um, at the time, I was working in corporate fitness. I was a
Mm.
fitness manager. I
Oh.
had taken a trip. I'm from the Illinois area, and my brother had been trying to get me to go to Comic-Con for the longest time.
Oh
And I've always
yeah.
wanted to go, and it was finally like the stars in alignment. And there's a full circle right there. Stars in alignment to go to my first Comic-Con convention. And I went and I fell in love with it. I came back thinking like I'm going to I'm going to be a professional cosplayer. I'm going to take this idea and I'm running with it. And I went back home after that. I bought a sewing machine. I bought fabric to play around with. And then COVID hit and I was forced to not go into work anymore.
Mm.
And I, instead of, going into work, I ended up waking up, making coffee, and getting back into video games. I would play The Sims, I would play Jurassic World Evolution, and with my first stimulus check,
Mm.
I bought a computer and started streaming. Instead, so
Yeah.
my dreams of becoming a professional cosplayer like kind of coming back, but like that was 4 years ago now, and we're here, and I love
But
it.
those
I
worlds
streamed.
connect though.
Yeah, they do that. See, another full circle, Lem.
Yeah.
It's been one and the same. And along that journey, I've met so many wonderful people. My husband being one of them. I met my husband through this journey, through streaming and
Oh
playing Call
really?
of Duty. Uh-huh. And then one of our best friends, Lady Amelthea, I met at the beginning of my streaming career. She was actually, the ring on my finger that my husband got was actually recommended by her. So she's very, very, very important, a very important person in my life, and I love her so much. And I'm just so grateful for this whole streaming journey starting 4 years ago because I've been introduced to so many wonderful human beings out there. And Lady Amalthea, so this whole thing, she told me like 2 days ago that I was in her stream and I popped in and she was saying how, oh, I tell my friends, like my friend Lauren KHD says, life is like or time is like a flat circle. And I just wrote in her chat, I was like, wait, what? Like, what are
Were
we
you
talking?
lurking
Life
and
is like
came out alert just
time
for
is like
that?
a flat circle. Yeah, I just blew up her chat with a bunch of LOL, ha ha ha. What are you talking about? I've never done this before in my life.
That's great.
And she told me she's been telling people that for 4 years.
Shut
That I
up.
have that I have been out here saying time is like a flat circle. And I was like, I don't even know what that means. But
Okay.
now I do. And now I feel like I'm gonna just go out there and spread the word
So are we
that
getting
time
flat
is like a
circle
flat
merch?
circle. I hope so. I hope there's gonna be a keychain.
Like a flat circle.
Ah,
That's great.
that was so yeah, that was just like 2 days ago that she told me that.
Oh, wow. So tell me a little bit more because I didn't know anything about the cosplay.
Yeah.
What costumes or what outfit? How is it? Costumes or outfits or what? Like,
Sure, yes.
like
Anything.
what did you complete? What were ones that you've done that you've like completed?
So, well, let's see. What are the ones I've done before? The first one that really set it off, at least the first one that popped into my mind. So at this C2E2 in Chicago that I was at this Comic-Con convention,
Yeah.
I've always been just a super fan of video games, of comics, of I don't know if I don't. I mean, I'm kind of like what did you say earlier? I'm kind of a dork.
Yes.
I'm a little bit of a dork, and I'm very proud of it. Um, but I love the idea of these Comic-Con conventions and cosplaying, and I think what I learned at this convention is that I feel like at a pretty young age, we kind of are subconsciously taught that we have to stop doing certain things. And I
Hmm.
just feel like there's so much joy that can be had by honestly just things from your childhood that you learn at a certain point growing up, right? Like when do we lose our imagination? When,
Mm.
you know, when was it not okay to play dress up and play pretend and use your imagination to really create these worlds and these ideas and these lives that so going to this Comic-Con convention or convention, it was the first time I had been to something like that outside of like Halloween and stuff like, why is
Yeah.
Halloween the only time we get to dress up,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
um
Yeah. Okay.
but I was absolutely blown away by how talented and how creative I saw some of these people and their costumes and their outfits to be, because it wasn't like it's not just about dressing up or playing pretend or anything like that. It's the fact that a lot of these people out there, a lot of these professional cosplayers out there make their own costumes. And I'm not
Yes.
talking like sticking a mask on your head or anything like that. I'm like they make full blown wings. I saw someone completely decked out as like a transformer, like a
Yes.
functional transformer.
Yes.
I have seen some incredible pieces of art out there that people have made with their own two hands, you know what I mean?
Yes.
So it just blew my mind the level of creativity the creativity discipline, like how much time and effort it went in to create these amazing works of art.
Hmm.
And then there's the people that they have they take pictures and it becomes a professional like photo shoot of you dressed up as
Yes.
a Marvel character.
Yes.
It's just so cool. So for everything that I saw, that just really highlighted humans and their ability to create. I feel like Remy, they're human, their ability to create and imagine. And it was just a
That's
really and
great.
it didn't,
Yes.
and it's people from all walks of life
Yes.
through whatever it is that people have been through, all the experiences that people have undergone, and to know that we all collectively are here because of this one thing, whether
Yeah.
it's comics, it's video games, it's art, it's like I've never done this before, I just wanted to check it out. And not only that, but like they have this whole artist alleyway where they have oh
Oh,
my, oh Lem, if
I
you've
have a
never
collection of
Comic
art
Con.
back there from some comic alley from artist alley folks. That
Hmm.
it's just stunning stuff.
It's just beautiful. It's just really cool to see and know that there's so much good out there and there's so much creation, there's so much creativity,
Yes.
and expressed in a variety of ways. I just thought that was so cool. And again, I love video games, I love movies, I love all this stuff. So seeing people like really do something with it in real life, like this isn't watching a movie, this isn't reading a comic book. It's right there in front of
Right.
you, which is
What was
really
your
cool.
first one though?
Oh, so the one I very first did. So this is all to say, while I was at this Comic-Con convention, I actually recognized a couple, and this was back in Illinois. I was living in Colorado at the time, and I recognized a couple at the convention from the gym that I worked at in
What?
Colorado.
What?
I was like, what are the odds that this is the same that you guys are all the
What?
way here, but I know you
What? It
from
is
here.
C2E2 though.
Yeah,
Like,
that's true.
yeah, I
Yep.
live in
Yep.
Wisconsin, so I am
Hmm.
I am very aware of
Yeah.
C2E2. Yeah.
Yep. Yep. It was so cool. So I ran into who became some of my very good friends. Their names are Lo and Ethan, Thousand Faces Cosplay. Um, so Halloween that year, after I freaked out, I was like, I know you guys. We ended up becoming pretty good friends, and then for Halloween that year, her and I ended up dressing up as Harley Quinn and Poison Ivy.
Shut up.
Yeah, so she helped me become green.
I would have
And
pegged you
we decked
for
out.
a
Yeah, we
Harley
decked
though,
ourselves out.
but now that you say it, I could see.
Yeah. It was really fun. And that's one of her main, like she is an actual professional cosplayer. She's
Yeah.
oh my gosh, I'm blanking on the words. A published model.
Oh
And one of her
yeah.
main characters is Tiny Tina from Borderlands, but
Yes.
also more specifically the Joker's Harley in the red and black outfit. Yeah,
Yes.
but I told her, I was like, I like fell into this world of cosplay and I would love to do that. She's like, oh, I'll help you create your first outfit. And that's what we decided to do, was Harley Quinn and Poison
Oh,
Ivy.
that's so good.
Yeah, it was awesome. It
Oh
was really
wow.
fun. Yeah.
All right. So you're also a reader,
Yes. Yes.
and you have a current obsession that I am still trying to figure a little bit more out about without reading it.
You don't want to read
Just
it?
because I'm
I
not
can send you
necessarily
some YouTubes.
like the story in 5 minutes type those things. Like, the series in 5 minutes. Because the ADHD is real, bro. Uh, tell us a little bit about your current obsession that has found its way into
Oh,
Disney Dreamlight Valley.
oh my gosh, the fact that it has found its way into Disney Dreamlight Valley is hilarious to me. This was a slippery slope that I didn't realize that I was slipping on, but I'm happy to have been here. So this book, I do love to read. It's one of my favorite pastime, always has, along with video games, um, and art of some form. I've always been a big fan of reading, of diving into these different worlds, again, that someone has created, which I think is fascinating. Um, but this book series in particular, it's a 5 book series that starts with the book A Court of Thorns and Roses.
Mm.
I am currently on book 4. And this is something where it's one of those things where I kept seeing it. I didn't know what it was. I've never heard about it, but I kept seeing the book covers everywhere.
Right.
And like I don't, just everywhere. And then a little bit more here and there, I would start to hear about it. Like just someone. I remember I was lurking in someone's stream, and they just happened to mention it, and that was for me the final, like, okay, I just need to check these books. I just need to get one and read it and go from there. Um, so I ended up getting it, starting the first one. I started talking about it, and as you know, I'm a beginner into this book. I started meeting so many people that were either familiar with the book because they've already finished the series, or they've recently started themselves and were on like book 3, book 5. And I know since I started reading it, we've had a couple people from the Treehouse community that have also started reading this book. But it was just one of those things where I just kept seeing it. I just kept seeing it everywhere. And then I kept hearing about it everywhere. So I was finally just like, I just got to check it out. I just got to see what it's about. And I have since just fallen completely in love with the characters, with the story, with the world. And it's just been such a fun ride, especially of meeting so many people that are fans of this book series. Like, just, when you like, oh, you know that thing that I know about. That's so
Yeah.
neat. It's
Yeah. It's a
those tiny
community
little
within a
pockets of,
community. That's
yeah,
what I'm finding. It's a community
exactly.
within a community. Like, I'm
It's
just
just
here for
been
you to hear
so
you guys
fun.
gush when I am like watching the stream, and then all of a sudden it's on
Hmm.
the court tangent. I just sit back and grab my popcorn and just y'all just keep going. I
Yep.
I know that I probably shouldn't read this book,
It's just such a wild ride, and I will happily send you some YouTubes that like in a very fun way. At least there's only two, unfortunately. I wish there were more that just kind of give you a summary of these stories in a very fun and funny way.
Yeah.
But it's been a really enjoyable story. It's been nice for me to get back into this type of reading where it is more fantasy and it is more imagination and exploring these worlds and going on this adventure um with magic and fantasy and love and it's been a really good time. Usually the books that I'm reading are way heavier into like the self-help
Yeah.
like so it's been really nice breaking that up with just more fun reading.
I
And
think I
now it's
need
in
to do
Decidueye
that.
Valley.
I need to do that. I need like the stuff that I read is usually quick or quick things. Like I have a couple of books that I can just jump into and jump out of. Like I've got I love this book. This is so dumb. I'm such a nerd. Um, I've been reading The Wonder of Color. I think that's what it's called, The Wonder of Color, and it just gives all kinds of history of not history of colors per se, but the meanings of colors and how to put them together, not just in like
Mm.
art, but in wardrobe or uh, in interior design and it puts it all together. It gives a story behind the colors, not just factuals. But I also every now and then just pick up and turn to a color in the color source book.
Awesome.
I just love color. Like it's just I sit here like, oh, the RGB color of Celadon is 172, 225, and 175. What does that look like? Hold on, let me put that in the computer and blah 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 yada yada yada. Well, that's it's so dumb. And then
Sounds like a book I'm probably going to have in time.
I'm telling you, it has helped me out with my dream snaps.
Oh, I could imagine. So, I mean, that's all color theory right there. That's huge.
Yeah, and then I've got
Hmm.
another one called that I just keep by the computer, and I've been using it during stream. It's called "Butter My Butt and Call Me a Biscuit," uh, and other country sayings, so and so's, and hoots and hollers. For instance, in a loveless marriage, you might say, "She's as cold as a cast iron toilet seat." Uh, I'm as frustrated as a rooster in an empty hen house. That kind of things. So that's I love these. I love these little things, and I say them for like a month, and then I find another one. But that's my that and comic books. I'll read a comic book every now and then, you know.
Yeah.
But I get a lot out of, and I feel so I feel so dumb. I feel so undereducated when I say this, but I love looking at pictures.
Really?
So,
I feel that immensely because I mean that's a big thing for you, right?
yeah, it is.
Photography.
Yeah, absolutely. So I have these comic book cards that I just keep around, and I'll read the back of them, like about Bloodscream. I'll just sit here and I'll look at the art of Bloodscream, and I'll just sit here for probably a good 15 minutes looking at this, and then remember there's stuff on the back to read, and then I'll take another 5 minutes, and 20 minutes have gone by with me looking at one card, Lauren.
See, no, and that's perfect. That's everything right there. That's enjoying the flow and enjoying that, right? I'm actually what is that? Because I would like to look that up because that looks like a character that could be in A Court of Thorns and Roses.
His name is Bloodscream.
Blood Scream.
Yeah,
Okay.
Bloodscream is a Marvel character. His first appearance was in Wolverine number something or other. I don't know, 34, 24. The new, Wolverine 24, 34, something like that.
Yeah. That is a character. I'm gonna have to see now you've got me looking at this.
Yeah, so I absolutely love just grabbing some of these old comic book cards that I have that are worth like 2 cents now, and some of them like I have one that could be worth $500. I don't know, but
Mm.
you know, am I getting rid of it? Probably not. Would my wife like me to? Probably. That's $500, son. For a card.
Priceless.
But yeah, so you play Disney Dreamlight Valley.
Hmm.
What are your top 3 tips for anybody that might be listening that be like, I've been thinking about starting that game? Top 3 tips.
Top 3 tips. It's so I don't know the order, but probably the number one thing I would say is to just enjoy your time. Take your time and enjoy your time, especially if you are new to Disney Dreamlight Valley. The state that the game is in now is wonderful, but there is most definitely, as a new player, a lot to do before being able to really experience all of the new stuff that's coming out.
Yes.
I can understand how that could feel incredibly overwhelming, especially as a new player. So just enjoying the game for what it is, and going along with that too, enjoying the game for what it is, and playing the game without anything else, just listening. That's my favorite part. I think at this point, it's safe to say it's my favorite part of Disney Dreamlight Valley as a whole. It is the level of detail in the environment. And as you build and as you create and as you decorate and it becomes more of your customized valley, that's like beautiful, and that's one thing for sure. But the fact that the game in and of itself has so many unique items, and by items I mean not even all the different trees, all the
Yes.
different water fountains, all the different surfaces. Surface, I don't know if that's the right word, that you can step on. And not only that, it all
Hold on.
sounds different.
Yes, I need you to touch on that because this is the first time I've ever seen you get so engrossed in that. Was today on the visiting stream because, well, actually, tell. I keep referencing it. Tell everybody what we did, what you did today on stream.
Oh, today was such a fun day. So this is the second time that we've hosted Valley visits. So with Disney Dreamlight Valley, one of the, dare I say, newer features with multiplayer is that you can visit other Disney Dreamlight Valley villagers' places. You can go over to their main valley and run around and go inside to buildings. And there's a couple things that you can do with your tools and stuff, but outside of more of it just being like a place to run around with your friends. Um, so we did valley visits today, and it was truly incredible. I had so much fun doing that. I'm really looking forward to doing it
Oh,
again.
so good. There were so many people that I was like, those are such a good idea. Oh my gosh. Yeah.
You get, yeah, see, and again, just one of the things I love about humans is we imagine, we create. But it was really cool for the opportunity to see so many different valleys and different touches on it. And that's one of the best parts of Disney Dreamlight Valley in the game, is that you can make it anything you want it to be, but you also do have the help and support and motivation and inspiration from all the other Disney players that are willing to show their valleys to you out there. So
Yes.
you get a lot of inspiration, and it's really, really, really cool to see. So I know, like, I'm going to go back into my valley and add a couple of things that I saw today that gave me a really good idea. And I'm really excited for it, for sure.
I was 6th in your queue, and I'm glad I was because I saw some stuff and I was like, well, let me just log on real quick
Hmm.
and throw some stuff together before
Hmm.
Lauren pops over. Um, there were a couple things that I did. Somebody had put the giant mushrooms in the glade, and I was like,
Hmm.
"That's such a good idea." So
Hmm.
I did that before you came over, and I put the little the topiary deal thing. I put that in there, and then the in the Frosted Heights. One thing I had been doing is I struggle with what do I do in this biome? What do I make? It's not that I don't think I can make anything. It's just what do I do? So what I started doing was I'm just gonna decorate around all my wells. I'm just gonna make it a welcoming well.
Hmm.
Welcoming.
Welcoming, welcoming. That's perfect.
And so I was like, I'm gonna just bling out MTV, MTV Cribs, uh, my wells, and I did I did one right before I did the Frosted Heights right before you came in, and you were like, so when you went to, you're like, wait a second, look
Yeah,
at
that
this.
will.
I was like, yes.
Yep, nailed it.
And then while I had you on before you had tuned off, I did my Dazzle Beach well as well.
Oh, that's
And
exciting.
so that's what I'm going to work on.
Mhm.
My bind well is done. I didn't do anything with the library well yet. Um, I don't know if I did anything with any of the other biomes wells, but that's what I'm going to be focusing on is making anytime I go in somewhere in my valley, I'm going to show up. Excuse me, in this spot and be like, "Oh snap, that's right, I did this."
Mhm. Mhm.
So
It's such a fun and good feeling to walk around your valley like, yeah, I'm eat this.
yeah, my Rapunzel. That's probably the one I'm most proud of because it took
Mhm.
me a second. Uh, and it has a custom uh, pond, a DIY pond that I
Mhm.
learned how to do by watching Oscar's Cozy Corner. Absolutely love his content. He's a great content creator, and he taught me how to do that. And I know of Senpai, and I know of Mr. Star and Sky, and Cedo, or is it Kato? Cedo on YouTube. What are there any other Dreamlight Valley content creators? Oh, and of course, the queen herself, Brandywine.
Mhm.
Uh, of course, the queen herself. But are there other creators that I should be, or we should be, those of us that are kind of new to this whole decorating piece? Even though I'm a founder, there are people that have had the game shorter than I am that are way past where I am in decorating. That's why I wasn't to know. Are there any other people that you can think of?
There are a couple that definitely come to mind, and I will say in terms of like where I find my inspiration, I actually find a lot of it through Pinterest.
Ooh.
Yeah, so and that's where like I save a whole bunch of pins, and I feel terrible that I can't quite recall some of these names. Oh my gosh. But Pinterest is a great place that I personally like to go and look for some inspiration. But in terms of Twitch, you named a couple for sure. Brandy, obviously, especially with any sort of Dream Snap help or Touch of Magic. And I know I'm new into
Oh,
Touch of Magic.
yes.
But that's been incredibly helpful. Slev Show.
Okay.
I don't know if you've heard of Slev, but Slev has impressed me every single time I pull up Slev's stream and he's in his valley. I am blown away by how he designs. His designs are truly immaculate, and I love to see. I'm really looking forward to seeing what he continues to create in his valley for sure.
Yes, SLEV.
Um, SLEV
Okay.
show,
Slev Show.
Slev show. Busy Bee Bree is another one that I
Oh,
oh, Busy Bee, the
yes.
sweetest. Yep, Busy Bee Bree has a beautiful valley. I've seen a couple of her areas in the island, the Vale, but oh my gosh, she's where I found her idea that she had with one of the fountains, one of the new Pumbaa, I think it's a Pumbaa fountain or a Timon fountain, but she had them just positioned in a way that I had just never even thought of before, and it completely blew my mind. But her valley is beautiful. Her designs are beautiful. Same
Hmm.
as she's a touch of magicer as well. Incredibly creative.
Yeah, I've seen her Touch of Magic. Her
Hmm.
Touch of Magic is amazing. I think she's one of
Hmm.
my favorites for that.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Now, when you said you go to Pinterest, do you go to
Yeah.
Pinterest looking up like general things, or are you looking up specifically Disney Dreamlight Valley stuff?
So Pinterest, am not huge on social media. I don't really use it. I don't have all of it. I just don't really use it a whole lot at all. So even like YouTube is still pretty new for me. I don't have Instagram anymore. I don't have Facebook. I don't use TikTok. I don't have any of these things. But Pinterest is something that I've always used through,
Yeah.
I mean, since I knew Pinterest is even a thing. So it's already something that I use for, my just health in general, finding recipes,
Yeah.
finding, yoga inspiration, finding mental health information, things like that. But then when Disney Dreamlight Valley came out, yeah, I absolutely typed in search just like Disney Dreamlight Valley. And sure enough, yeah, oh yeah, and it's since become I've seen so many more things on it in terms of Disney Dreamlight Valley. But yeah, yeah, DDV Galata Trust, DDV Storybook Vale, and you'll just be so impressed
Okay. I'm gonna
with
have to
the
do
the
that.
amount of stuff on there. Oh yeah, I absolutely love Pinterest. Yep,
Now,
that's my social media of choice.
what's your stance on this? Because this is something I personally struggle with.
Hmm.
Um, you go and you find something you absolutely love. Oh, that's amazing. But somebody already did it, and now I can't because, like, I
Sure,
struggle so
sure.
hard with that, Lauren.
Sure. I no, I feel what you mean on that. It's what's one of those things, right, where to be inspired is one thing, but then like to straight up copy is another. But at the same time, like I still feel like that's a huge compliment if it's something where you're like, wow, that's beautiful. I would love to recreate that in my own valley
Yeah,
type of thing. But and then, obviously given credit where credit is due. But for me, that's just one of those things where I feel, and again, who's to say if the situation were to happen, but I just feel like that's such a huge compliment that you've created something someone has loved so much that they want that for themselves.
yeah,
you
yeah.
know and again, I can see how that can also be like, I'll bet you copied me type of thing. But I don't know, I feel like that's
For me,
it's kind of hard to say.
yeah, it's for me, it's that creator's pride deal thing. Well, I can't
Hmm.
do anything like that now because it's already been done. However,
Hmm.
as they always say, all art is stolen. Somebody did it because somebody else did this over here, and they took a little
Hmm.
bit of that and then put themselves into it and stole what they did.
Sure.
So
Yeah.
that's where I struggle. It's like,
Sure. But at the same time, and I will say, even like going to even as an example, going to Valleys today, there were some buildings in almost like the exact same spot as a lot of other buildings. Just
yeah,
I don't know how else to put that, but it's just one of those things where you might even still have the same idea. Like at some point, there are a lot of possibilities, and again, your imagination is truly limitless.
right.
But there are some things that are going to be at least a little bit the same, and that is okay, especially in a game like Disney Dreamlight Valley,
Yeah.
where you do only have so much room, and granted it's a lot, and so many buildings, and all this stuff, but there are just some things that look really good in that spot. That's just the home for it, like.
Right, right. Uh so like yeah, like how do how we all have to work around Mother Gothel's tree.
Yeah.
And there's only so many things that will fit and work in that area
Hmm.
until somebody else puts something in there. You're like, I did not think that would work.
Hmm. Yep.
Oh man. Now, you don't just play Dreamlight Valley.
Mm-mm. I know.
Fridays
Hmm.
on your streams are pure chaos. And I say that with a little wink.
It's fun chaos.
Because you've been playing a little bit of Marvel Rivals lately.
Hmm.
And that's for those that don't know. That's I don't know the exact line because I'm not a Marvel Rivals guy, but I know Scarlet Witch says something. I want to say it's pure chaos, but it could be something. It's chaos something or other.
I don't even know.
All I hear is when I watch people play it, because I do love watching it. I just can't
Hmm.
play it. It's not my game. Um,
True.
I love Overwatch and I love Fortnite and I play those all day long, but I can't play Marvel Rivals.
Hmm.
So, but I watch people, and that every time I hear Scarlet Witch, it sounds like pure
And that is
chaos.
when everyone is trying to run away.
Yes, that is it's the Marvel Rivals equivalent of fire in the hole from Junkrat. or it's high noon. Everybody just runs.
Mm-hmm. Take cover.
Scatter! Somebody take one for the team.
It's usually
Yeah.
me. I'm usually stuck. I usually.
I had a a Cassidy, last night, that was just bullying me so much. And I got him like twice, and I was just so happy. I was like, that's all I wanted. We can lose now. It's fine. We ended up winning, but uh-oh. Did I lose you? Uh-oh. Hold on. I may have lost, and now I gotta edit. Oh, she's typing, you guys. She's typing. We're not streaming anything. I just edit out. Oh, power just okay, so just lost power. We're gonna hold off. We're gonna keep recording. Gonna keep it recording on the screen. It's gonna be one of the first ones that I had to edit. It's one of the first ones that I gotta edit. Because we are going to do the thing. You know what? We're going to take this time to play a song.
Hello.
Hello. I just had sound going. Just I had something recording and started. I would just throw on the banjo-lele.
That was perfect. I love that you do that, by the way. That's so neat.
This. Did you ever hear the story about how I ended up with this?
No, but I've been meaning to ask you, so I'm really excited to hear this story.
Okay. So for those that are tuning back in, I edited. This is the first show with an edit. You can put this on your calendar. But Lauren lost power, and so we
Sure did.
So when she came back in, I was playing the banjo-lele, and yes, I have a banjo-lele. It started off with me telling my wife I wanted to learn to play the drums. And she looked at me and said, nope. And I said, okay, I want to learn to play the guitar. She said, nope. And then I said, ukulele? Oh, no. Then she said, you can't learn to play the guitar. You're not cool enough. I love look, she shoots it straight. I love her. She's right. I could not get it. I would end up looking like some lame youth pastor playing the guitar. So I said, how about the ukulele? She's like, oh yeah, that's your instrument. You are so much of a dork. You can pull off the ukulele.
There's something about it. There is something about you playing. You said it's a banjo ukulele?
Yeah, so I started with I have a ukulele that I keep at work. It's my soprano ukulele, I believe it's called. And then I have a concert uke that I have at home. And then for my birthday one year, she got me a banjo-lele because I wanted to learn to play the banjo. And she was like,
Cool.
you know how to play the ukulele, right? I was like, yeah. So she got me this for my birthday. And I love it because of the twang.
Yeah. Oh, that's so fun. I love when you play these on stream. It's so neat that you do that. And they're always really fun. I enjoy it every time.
Thank you. I try to figure. Okay, so those that don't know, this might be your first episode. When you're on stream with me, you come in and you follow, or you sub, or you're gifted a sub. I make up a random impromptu song, right on the spot, because when I was in clown college, I majored in improv. And that was my
So
thing.
cool.
It was like,
That's
okay,
awesome.
and that's a skill that has come in handy outside of just comedy too. Just it really shows the power of the ADHD, being able to take something immediately and then do something with it.
Hmm.
Um, and so that's that banjo lily. That's how I ended up getting that. And it's been my buddy. It's been here on the channel, and I love it.
Oh, that's awesome. How long did it take you to learn how to play?
Oh, I'm still learning.
That's a good answer.
I am still learning.
That's a great answer.
I know how to do a few chords, enough to get by. I've memorized a few songs, uh, like this. There's this one here. It just goes for. I can use this for almost anyone. It's that is 5 foot blue eyes of 5'2" eyes of blue. 5'2" eyes of blue. Oh, what those eyes do? Have anybody seen my gown? Right. And
Love that. I'm over here bopping on this side.
and so you can use that with anything. Like, hey there, we got Lauren today. She stopped by to say, hey, let's keep going with the interview. Now we have to stop because all I hear is a giant banjo buzz. So it's
That's really impressive that you could do that. I love that.
so and now I tell people, like, I'll go into another stream, right? I'll raid a stream, and this happens with you. I raid you, and you tell somebody, right? Oh, go follow Lem, and I get people that follow me, and I'm off stream. So I tell them to remind me when they come in that I owe them a song, and not a lot of people
Hmm.
do it, but somebody did it the other day. They typed in, there was mention of a song. I was like,
I'm gonna
yes.
start telling people that from now on too, Lem. If you ever decide to raid the treehouse again, I'm gonna make sure people know if they follow you that you owe them a song when you come in.
Thank you.
Oh,
Because
you're welcome.
here's the thing. I have gotten, like, I've had a game. I'm trying, like, we got to get through this story, you guys. And I do 2 to 3 hour streams normally. An hour 45 on most weekdays, and then on 3 on Friday and 3 on Saturday. There have been 3 hour streams that I've played a game for 15 minutes.
It's like the best type of stream.
Because I have the best trolls. They're like, we just want to hear songs, but I have a game to play. Well, now you have to play a song because we just gifted subs.
See, even more reason to just enjoy your time. Enjoy your time, because hey, it sounds like they are.
And the reason I did this a while back, but then doing that and people just wanted to spend time. Actually, it led me to notice that when I played the games, that I could pay attention to them more. We had the best streams. That was the most
Mhm.
fun streams that we ever had.
Mhm.
Even if it was an action-y game like Honkai Star Rail, a gotcha game. Um, loved that game. I still play it off stream, but this year I've changed the vibe to be more of a cozy stream vibe. But that game allowed me to just play the game, have some action sequences. The game could play itself if I wanted to, and we could have that conversation. So it was cozy chaos.
Yes.
How you have mastered this? There's a couple streamer that a couple that streams that has also mastered this, Nick and Avery. But
Yes.
how the heck how did you do that? How?
I don't even know. Think it's just my way of being. It's just taking things as it comes and riding those waves and
have you
a little chill, a little chaotic.
have you been that way since you were a kid? What was
Looking back on it, I guess so. Now, like, if I really stop to think about it.
yeah? Because
Well,
like,
the bursts of chaoticness, I suppose.
yeah, like what I've what I've noticed, and I've learned this about I've talked about this before, a style of play. Finding your like if you think about what you did as a kid, what were your favorite things to do as a kid?
Hmm.
Like for mine, it was collecting GI Joes and making stories up with them, right?
Hmm.
Like and like knowing more about each individual character and all that. So I translated that over to the games that I'm playing that I like to play, and I'm realizing cozy games are 1,000% that.
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
A lot of them are. What did you like to do as a kid? What was your style of play as a kid?
Style of play as a kid? Well, I guess a couple of things. So I have four siblings, and I grew up with, um, yeah, I would watch my older brother, and a little bit of my mom, but mostly my older brother, are why I started playing video games in particular. Growing up watching, I would wake up to find my mom, um, in my brother's room, sitting on the floor. He'd be watching on his bed, and they would be playing Super Mario Bros. On the NES.
Yeah.
Uh, and that's really where it all started. And then she would always make me go back to bed. I would wake up because I, like have to go to the bathroom or something or need a drink or and as I got older, she started letting me stay up to watch a little bit. And then as I got
Ooh,
older,
you
she
got
started we would
quiet.
start
1 second here.
hanging out.
You got real quiet.
Wait,
Um,
oh, Emma,
why did you get so quiet? I'm gonna turn you up. All right, go ahead. Go again.
turn me up. All right, hello, hello.
I'm gonna keep
Is
turning you
this
up.
working? Oh, is this working? I might have done it on my side. I think I accidentally hit a button. Is that better?
Yeah, that's better.
Okay.
All right, go ahead.
Um, but that's where that started. So I would, as I got older, she would allow, me to stay up and watch for a little bit, and then we started taking turns. If someone didn't make it past a level, we would trade on to the next person, and they would get to try. Um, and then as I got even older, my brother would play The Sims, Age of Empires, and Final Fantasy. And I
Age
would
of
literally,
Empires.
yeah, which I've recently played. I would watch him play it and I never understood it. Like history is not my strong suit. Um, but for the first time, like ever, maybe 2 or 3 years ago at this point, I played with both my brothers, my younger brother, my older brother. That game for me there is so much to it. I don't know when I'll ever play it again, but it was really fun to watch him play. And that's what I would do. I would stand next to him while he was sitting at the computer, and I would just watch him play these games. And then once I was able to, hold a controller in my hand and play these games by myself, yeah, I've been playing video games ever since. I love board. I just love all sorts of games. I love board games. Another thing I would do growing up, I was pretty active. I was involved in soccer has been my main sport since I was pretty young.
Ooh, okay.
Um, so I loved being outside, anything to do outside. I loved ice skating. I loved gymnastics. I loved volleyball. I was a runner. So any sort of outdoor activity. But soccer was my main sport. So between as a kid, reading and art are two of my favorite like creative outlets. But then I always loved being outside and being active.
Yeah.
And I think that's actually where I didn't think about this until now. I think that's where a little bit of the chaoticness comes out,
Yeah.
as well as just having that. I've recognized a lot about myself through streaming, but I get very excited when I get excited about something. I get very excited about something, and then that's where the
Yes.
chaos starts to, you can't contain it. I just got to get it
Yes.
out.
What I'm seeing and I'm hearing, and correct, tell me if I'm wrong on this. Um, your style of play is
Hmm.
going to be like what draws you in is a competitive nature, even if it's competing against yourself,
Oh yeah, it's my favorite thing to do.
along with bringing people together to win, so because of
Hmm.
team
Yeah.
and a little bit of that creativity deal.
Yeah.
So, like, your style of play would be creative team building competition.
Hmm, I can see that.
So that's why I think if I had to, okay, you also like. Let me ask you this: you also played a lot of Call of Duty when you first started streaming. Call of Duty was your
Yes.
jam.
Yeah.
Um, if you had to compare Call of Duty and
Hmm.
Marvel Rivals,
Oh.
which one feels better to you?
Oh, that's tough. It's not tough at all. The answer is Call of Duty. I love Call of
Yeah.
Duty. I would be if it weren't for the current state of that game, that's what I'd be playing. That's a game that I did. It was one of the first games that I would stream when I started streaming, and even that came a little bit later. But Call of Duty as just a game has been one of those games that I've been playing ever since I was in middle school, high school, college, and then recently got back into it because after college, I graduated. And I was like, "Ah, I got to be an adult, and then I stopped playing games altogether. Going along with like the wait a minute, we're told
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, we're like
Yeah.
it's told that we gotta, we gotta grow up, we gotta get a job, we gotta work, we gotta do all these things. But I feel like there's not a whole lot of emphasis. At least there wasn't for me of like still doing the things that bring you joy.
Yes.
Which again, video games is definitely one of those things. And Call of Duty was a game I always enjoyed, growing up. And when COVID hit and I started, playing games again, and Call of Duty came back out, they released Warzone. And I just fell back in love with it. It gave me the time and opportunity to remember who I am,
Yeah.
and the things
Remember
that I
who
enjoy.
you
Exactly,
are.
exactly. And it was a good reminder of like, I do enjoy spending my time doing these things and having fun with it. And Call of Duty for me is never something I ever got like angry at or would hate playing or anything like that. It was always enjoyable. But with where it's at right now, it is really unfortunate because it's just everything is just so slow and like you
Yeah.
really all the complaints that I'm sure everyone who doesn't even play Call of Duty would be like, oh yeah, I've heard about that.
Yeah, that's me. I
Like the
heard about
audio is
that.
terrible. It's unfortunate that the game is just in such a bad spot right now. But if I were to pick, I think Marvel Rivals is really fun and I do really enjoy it, but I'm always going to be a dutier. There's just something about
Duty.
taking people out in duty that just has my heart. I really enjoy it.
And that's what I would have said because I see the joy when you play Marvel Rivals, but
Mhm.
first off, because I remember hearing you say a while back that you had been playing it for, a long time, like a long,
Mhm.
long time. So that again, there's the nostalgia factor. There's
Yeah.
also, and I don't know a lot about Call of Duty, but I think there's more creativity in your loadouts and everything you can do
Oh
in Call
yeah.
of Duty than in Marvel Rivals.
Mhm.
And
That's a
then
good way to put it too.
there's that team. Yeah, it's not as spectacular, but you have more choices in your loadouts.
Sure.
Uh, and then there's that whole team aspect of Call of Duty because team and competitive. As sweaty as Marvel Rivals can get, there is nothing. They have nothing on the competitiveness of Call of Duty, and that's
No,
from a
they
guy
most
that
certainly do
doesn't
not.
play Call of Duty.
Yeah. And going back to what you said before of like, because I do, I guess in my own way, compete with myself. Like I do, I try to be better than what I was an hour ago, a second ago, a day ago,
Yeah,
a week ago, a year ago. But that's what I was noticing with Call of Duty. I just enjoyed trying to become a better Call of Duty player.
yeah,
Just for myself, just it was fun for me to know, like to feel more comfortable and confident, especially if any of the situations where I'd like toss myself into a full squad of people that just random people, just I'm just gonna load up and get in there and feeling like I can hold my own
yeah,
and feel comfortable and sometimes being at the top of the leaderboard feels pretty great.
yeah,
But that was fun. I get into not ending a game with not having any kills at all, and then now I'm to a place where I could get double digits pretty easy, dare I say, pretty easily in that game, which is pretty cool. Still not a pro. Like you put me against TP, and I'm going down in less than a second, but
yeah,
I'm still gonna have fun trying.
yeah. Absolutely. See, and that's I think that's the essence of your cozy chaos. You accept it, you embrace it,
Mhm.
but you control it versus letting it control you, which I think it
Ooh.
is that is a skill. That is a skill that I would love to learn. Um, I'm new
Oh.
to the cozy sphere. I'm new to
The cozy sphere.
yeah.
I'm gonna write that down. The cozy sphere.
I'm new to it. I'm learning the ins and outs, and I'm specifically looking at games that follow my style of play, and I'm running out.
Sure. Now,
In
what would you say your style of gameplay is then?
my style of play, like I said, based on what I really enjoyed as a kid, was collection, creativity, and storytelling.
Right. Okay.
And one of the I oh and one of the things I use to create is in game photography, and I started playing Palia. I'm loving Palia. I'm having a great time with it. Uh, but right now, the creativity, the storytelling is there, the collecting is there, and the creativity is there. However, how you go around with the collecting, especially in the outfits for the things I would want for the photos, seems to be very paywallish, and I'm not a huge fan of that.
Sure. Okay.
Right? I'm still enjoying the game. I'm still loving the characters. I'm still enjoying the story. Disney Dreamlight Valley. I don't know, like the way they've done it. I absolutely like. I can get on board with it. I've actually given them money because of how
Oh
they do
yeah.
it. Because of how they do it. Like I don't have to give them money, but
But I want to take it all
yes, please take it.
for
Game
the
Loft.
Moonies.
I'm not giving you any money for Speedstorm because y'all jacked that up. But you keep,
Just
you,
keep doing what you're doing in
yeah,
DDV.
you keep what you're doing in DDV, and we gonna be all right.
Uh-huh.
Because right now, as I've been watching a lot of Brandy Wine, and she says for Dream Snaps, look, you can be as creative as you want to be, but realistically, Dream Snaps are your ATM card.
Yeah, I love her analogy for this. It's
Yeah,
like you're going, get out,
yeah, go
4K
in.
Moonies.
Yeah, get your 4K Moonies by putting in the right codes and call it good, right?
Hmm.
And then go be creative with your builds. Then go be creative with your outfits out there. Go and Game Loft is like, yeah, okay, that's cool. So you don't have to spend money, and that's what I like.
Right.
That's
Yeah.
what I really like about it.
Where you don't have to, but you want to.
Yeah, but you want to.
And you do, and you will.
Yeah, you will. Like Fortnite. Fortnite, same way for me.
Hmm.
You don't have to spend the money, but you will.
Hmm. Like I know, and my stepson is all about Fortnite. He was just telling me, he was like, I got the new scorpion skin and
Wait,
all this. Like Mortal Kombat is
they
in
brought
that
out
game now.
Scorpion?
Yeah, they put more. I don't know if they brought him. I just know he's really excited for it.
Okay,
But yeah,
they
Scorpion,
did. Yeah,
Sub-Zero.
Sub-Zero is
Hmm.
in the battle pass.
Yep. Yep. That blows my mind that I've played Fortnite at least a little bit. Talk about a beautiful game. I think Fortnite is
Yes.
absolutely one of the most visually beautiful games I've ever seen. And I
Yeah.
love that they incorporate so many different characters and operators that you can run around as, but it does blow my mind that they've added Disney characters and Mortal Kombat
Yes.
characters to that game.
Bro.
What?
Maleficent can headshot Sub-Zero.
Yeah, I'm shocked that they said that they're cool with that. To be honest with you, like it's cool. Wait, but
Yeah,
like
but
what though?
and look, Frozone can bludgeon
Just
what's
oh
his name
man.
from Dragon Ball
Oh, I don't. I couldn't
yeah
tell
any
you.
any Frozone can bludgeon any of the Dragon Ball people with a
Yeah,
bat.
that is such a wild game. what they're doing is it's really cool to see again. It's beautiful. He
Yeah.
showed me the other day. They have like the Navi. I don't know if it's there yet
Yes.
or what. But I thought he was playing. I thought he was showing me that he was playing the actual like
Oh, the Avatar
Avatar
game.
game.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, oh, that's really cool. I didn't know you were playing this. No, he's like, no, it's Fortnite. I'm like, oh, what the heck?
Yeah.
Like,
So, what's it gonna take for you to play some Fortnite with me? And we don't.
oh, you to ask me.
Oh, okay. Well, hey, let's play some Fortnite.
That's how easy that is. Fortnite is one of those games where I don't like. I'm probably never going to be like, oh, I think I'm going to play some Fortnite right now.
Yeah.
But if I'm invited to play, I'll gladly play. Like I enjoy it every single time I play. I just
Yeah.
don't play it on my own.
Do you?
But no, I'd happily play with you.
Have you done Save the World, the PVE?
No.
Okay,
I honestly can't even tell you last time I played Fortnite.
Okay, it's like $15,
Okay.
but you would love the story.
Okay.
Like I have been playing like it's and they have like seasonal story stuff too. Like there's a main story and then seasonal stuff. I have played the seasonal stuff for the past 3 years. I've finished the main story, but I play the seasonal stuff all the time because it's so good. It's funny. I laugh every time.
See, I didn't even know that was something that you could do in Fortnite. I thought you just like go in, play a battle royale, and you're good to go. I know that there's like a whole bunch of different like special games and creative mode and stuff, but I don't
Yes.
know anything about that. So I don't know. I didn't know that there was a storyline at
Okay.
all.
Lauren, we need to talk about it maybe this summer
Okay.
that we do a co-stream
Okay.
max once a month. No, minimum once a month.
Max once a month.
No, no.
That one got by me.
No.
Max once a month.
No, minimum once a month that we get into Save the World, and we're getting you through the main story of Save the World.
Yeah, I'm gonna ask about this later. I don't know anything about it. Save the world.
Yeah, it's like 1,000%. And listeners, if you want to really advocate for this, it's Lauryn KHD. It's twitch.tv, LAURYN KHD. Because you don't have to come. You don't have to come to my channel and ask me to do it. Because when do you want to do this? 3 o'clock in the morning? All right, let's go.
That'd be fun. I'd definitely be interested to get back into some for it. It's been a while, but again, I always have fun when I play.
Yeah,
And I do in a fun way. I do get a little competitive with it because I like to be a good player.
yes,
I'll try my best.
yeah. One of my friends always says, "I know we're trying to have fun, but winning is fun."
Yeah.
So, oh man, Lauren, this has been so good. I appreciate you. This
Yeah.
is a blast. I finally get to just sit one-on-one and talk to the Lauren KHD. It's amazing.
Oh, now you're too kind.
Hey,
This has been really fun.
where can people find you? I just told them, but you tell them this time.
Primarily, you can find me in the Treehouse on Twitch at Lauryn KHD, LAURYN KHD on twitch.tv.
And when you gift a sub to Lauren, you make sure you say, "Hey, Lem told me to gift you a gift a sub in your channel." Just do that. That way she knows.
I might sing a song.
That way she knows you heard her talk about herself. She was so brave to talk about herself, and she didn't want to.
Oh
See,
man.
it comes back to that full flat circle. I
That
love it.
full flat circle.
Yeah.
Keychains coming.
All right. Once again, Lauren, thank you so much. And as they say, what were we talking about?